it's Nina with Worship Piano Tutorials, and today I'm going to show you how to play the song Always on Time by Elevation Worship. It's so beautiful. And this song is in the key of F. However, it does get a little weird because you're playing your regular C chord, but then you're going to switch to a C minor throughout the song. So it's a little bit funny, but it really changes the mood of the song, and it actually works out. It's beautiful. So that for the introduction, we're gonna have an F chord, and then a C chord, and what I did here is a little melody, and then you have a D minor, and then you have an A sharp. So those 4 chords are the introduction. A gentle melody, but for the most part just chords. A sharp. I remember. You go straight into the verse, and it has the same exact chords that we just played through. How you provided, how you held me through the night, and I remember sustain me when you stepped in to save my life. If I knew then we go into the pre-chorus. So I kind of want to stop on the verse and just kind of show you. Sometimes I play F chord like this, sometimes I play C like this. However, sometimes I play C like this. It's the same thing, except instead of playing G up here, I'm going to play it down here. I like this C because it's a little lower. It's not as bright. And same with D minor. I could either play it like this, or I could play it like this. Again, not as bright, doesn't have this high note. And then B flat. I typically play it the same way, although you can play it like this as well. These are called inverted chords, and I actually have a lesson on it if you're kind of confused. But inverted chords totally changed my life, so it's the quickest way to play with your eyes closed. That's all I could say. All right, so that's the verse. You have the F, C, D minor, and then A sharp. Pretty simple, just lots of space between those notes and those chords. And then we get into the pre-chorus. So, to my life. This pre-chorus chords are C. If I knew then F, would I know? And then the F is actually so quick that you can actually choose to not play it. So, if I knew then, would I know now? See how I personally think that the F chord could totally be skipped and just C and A sharp like this. If I knew then, would I know now? I would be still. So you really could totally skip the F. If you want to play it, you can. But I'm going to say you can skip it. So you could play it the second time around if you want, but there is a space for it. And then we go into the chorus. So I played that through the last time. Then we go into chorus. Jesus, I was tossed in the water. So this is kind of the interesting part that I told you about, that, we start out with the F chord, but then it goes into C minor. And then it has the regular A sharp, and then it has the G minor. So this C minor is similar to the G minor as far as how it looks. You have a white, black, white, white, black, white. Very similar chords in the way that they look on the piano. But let's do the chords chord by chord, and I'll show you how that looks like. So you have the F. You can play the flowy style if you want, or you could just press on the chords like that. So, Jesus, I was tossed in the water, but I never will under. You were always on time, Jesus. When I went through the fire, you were right there beside me. You were always on time. You were always. So before we get to that tag, I want to go through that chorus again just to make sure, to make the sound, you know, more heavy and more loud. You can just press on those bass notes a little bit more, do the flowy style. Sometimes I play F like this, and sometimes I play it like this. So I played this F note up here to add more of those bright notes. Jesus, I was tossed in the water. So you can play those notes like that. G minor can also be played like this. Again, that's an inverted chord. So from the chorus, we go into that tag, which is you were always on time. And the chords for that are a little bit different. You have the F, C minor, A sharp, G minor. Actually, they're the same as the chorus, which is awesome. So, always on time. And then you were always, always, always on time. And then A sharp. You were always, always, always on time. And now you have a little pause before you go into verse 2. Always on time. How you carry. So again, that transition. Always on time. So you saw that there's a little bit of a pause, and honestly you can make it shorter or longer, kind of depends on your church's needs or on your performance needs, however you're performing the song. So how you carry, same style, but you're probably pressing a little bit more on the chords. When I couldn't take a step, straight into the chorus. Jesus, I was tossed in the water, but I never went under. You were always on time. Jesus, when I went through the fire, you were right there beside me. You were always on time. Major. You were always, always, always on time. You were always, always, always on time. You were always, always, always on time. Sorry, that didn't go too well. There's a little transition that's really pretty, so always on time. So the way that they do this transition from this chorus and tag into the bridge is they get into the chords of the bridge, but the chords of the bridge are totally different. As you notice, this chord, which is really odd, but the way they do it in the originals, they go into it so quietly while singing spontaneously, and that really helps to kind of ease into the bridge. So basically this kind of helps with that transition, and these notes are Let me see if you can see that on my camera. No, you can't. How funny. Okay, so I'll do these notes, which is... So essentially what you're playing is this G, A, G, F while going into the F chord. So for example, always on time. Always there for me. And then the next chord, sorry, this is the F chord. And then you go into a D sharp for the first time. And this is a song this is the sound that sounds a little odd because we haven't heard this chord in this entire song yet. So you have this F. And then you go into the D sharp. And again, the singer is singing spontaneously throughout this time. And then you have an A sharp. And then a G minor. So that's kind of how you ease into the bridge. It's never been a day, never been a minute. And you go into the bridge. So again, I'm going to transition from always on time into the bridge with singing my own kind of spontaneous. Always on time. Playing through those chords of the bridge and then going to the bridge. There's never been a day, never been a minute, never been a moment that you weren't in it, never been a time. Let's try that again. Never been a day, never been a minute, never been a moment time that you didn't see me through, God. So I worship you. There's never been a day, never been a minute, never been a moment that you weren't in it. There's never been a time that you didn't see me through, God. So I worship you. Never been a day. So there's that C at the end. I worship you. You can stay on G minor, or you can switch to that C and then into F again. So I worship you. There's never been a day. Or you could just stay on G minor. So I worship you. There's never been a day, never been a minute, never been a moment that you weren't in it, never been a time that you didn't see me through, God. So I worship you. There's never been a day. So really, I'm playing on the keys, just very loudly, and then you transition to the chorus by doing I worship you, Jesus. I was tossed in the water, but I never went under. You were always on time. So you go back into that chorus, either loudly or quietly, just depends where you're going with the song. But that is basically the full song. Just to kind of like go back and tell you the biggest differences is that first we're starting out with the F, C, D minor, A sharp, and then we kind of get into the F and C minor, okay? It kind of switches in the chorus, but then it goes back, and then in the bridge we're introduced to this new chord, the D sharp. So that's kind of how the song goes. It's really nice and it sounds like, yay, it's in the key of F, very easy, but you got to be careful with some of these changes throughout the song. Otherwise, great song, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.